Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment putting y'all on to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities alike. But first, I need a little favor done first. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Hit that notification bell as well. That'd be a great service to the channel. Let me put y'all on to this story. Now, your boy Chris Brown got to dissing the other night. This man been talking crazy. So this man just dropped a recent diss track aimed at this man named Quavo. Now, if y'all not already familiar with Quavo, this man is part of the famous trio known as the Migos. So this man, Chris Brown, has been really breaking headlines. This man had jumped out his body on the diss track. This man had went in, he said some things that could end up being controversial. Now, mind you, Chris Brown is not a rapper. This man is R&B. So this man just ended up talking like a lot of these other rappers that love to diss people in their songs. But let's take into account that that is usually drill rappers. Drill rappers like calling out people and saying outrageous things that Chris Brown ended up saying. Or we could just argue that Chris Brown had ended up saying just one thing that was off the wall in his diss track. Now, the reason that Chris Brown and Quavo are into it is because people speculate that Quavo and Karrueche were doing things with each other intimately. So this all just started about a week ago, specifically on April 11th when this man Chris Brown had dropped his deluxe album known as 1111. This man will put a song known as Freak on it. He will end up targeting Quavo. So this man had dropped some bars on that song saying, okay now, effing my old girl ain't gonna make us equal. Sipping that 1942 cause I don't do no Cuervo. Freak girl, she like the Casamigos, not the Migos. I don't F with bougie girls. Man, that stuff is all hype. So Chris Brown didn't specifically say Quavo's name, but he did end up bringing the Migos. He had basically said that messing around with his old girl is not gonna make them equivalent. So while Chris Brown was indirect, Quavo did end up putting out a response 2 days later. He would end up dropping a song known as Tender. So in the song Tender, Quavo put out bars directed towards Chris Brown saying, you did the girl wrong and now the girl gone. She posted with a thug, yeah, with a thug. Call the girl phone, she won't come home. Don't beat her up, don't beat her up. It must be the drugs, it must be the drugs. Needs to cross out your plug, yeah. So looking at these statements, it seems that Quavo is trying to hurl judgment Quavo's way about the drama that he has gotten into with the girls he's been with in the past. Not being too specific, but it seems as if Quavo is talking about Chris Brown's ex Karrueche, since many are theorizing that Quavo had a fling with Karrueche. Quavo would also went on to further diss, basically saying that this girl will not come back to Chris Brown, even asking Chris not to beat the girl up because of that. Then he would even go on to attribute drug usage as the reason into why Chris Brown is acting the way that he is. So this man Chris Brown had decided to double back and speak further on Quavo's name. He would drop a track known as Weakest Link. So this man had went in on Quavo. This man would even bring up Saweetie, which is Quavo's ex. Now Quavo and Saweetie are being rumored to have been together from 2017 to 2022. But by the month of March in 2022, Saweetie had told sources that they are not together. So this man Chris Brown on the track would end up making a revelation that he was also having a fling with Saweetie while she was involved with Quavo. So this man Chris Brown will end up further dissing this man, saying, cause I freaked your ass when you was still with her dude. I'm up little dude, they say revenge sweet. Now think about that stuff. Don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that stuff. I had her fiending about that intimacy. There's something sweet about that stuff. I got some tea about it, that girl, but I ain't gonna speak about that stuff. Now mind y'all, those bars that Chris Brown had ended up dropping can also be taken as controversial. But what that man will end up saying following that is many notches above what was said previously. Now this man will end up bringing up Takeoff. Now Takeoff was part of the Migos, which is what Quavo was also a part of. Mind you, Takeoff was related to both Migos members in Offset and Quavo. So this man will end up getting real direct within his lyrics. This man has said, R.I.P. Takeoff, he the only real one, I got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. Oh no, you tripping. Chris, don't say that, don't lose your head. Dang, you done turned the big bad wolf on. This what happens when a goof dude push a real dude out to the edge, yeah. So as y'all can see, it seems that a nerve has been struck within this man Chris Brown. It's shown that this man is highly upset with Quavo's recent behavior. This man is firing on all cylinders, bringing up a dead relative of this man Quavo. So this man Chris Brown will finish off his diss track saying, my mental state ain't ever stable. I know this stuff gon' sting. Dude, I'll run yourself through the ringer, dude. You just got bodied by a singing dude. Chris Brown had also ended up addressing Quavo, bringing up his past history with drug abuse and being into domestic violence issues with women he had been involved with. So this man Chris Brown had ended up saying, stop talking about beating girls. You was beating girls on the elevator. We seen the tapes. That's devastating. You doing bad, you a clown, and your music trash. Yeah. So if y'all already not knowledgeable, this man Chris Brown tends to get very frustrated when people continue to bring up his domestic violence history. Blueface and Krishan Rock ended up being involved in many headlines in 2023 when it came to domestic violence. Chris Brown will end up speaking on this issue, talking about him being critiqued, but Blueface and Krishan Rock not receiving as much reception. So with Quavo referencing Chris Brown's past history when it comes to that aspect of his life, you already know that infuriated that man. Mind you, Chris Brown bringing up Quavo's incident on the elevator with Saweetie, that did happen in some form or fashion. They did get into somewhat of a scuffle, and it seemed as if they were fighting over a bag filled with cash. So in the long run, it's quite evident that this man Chris Brown is trying to make the statement that this man is not going to play about people talking about his past history and issues. This man is putting on display that he has no filter when it comes to dissing on the track. Many had come out to praise this man in the effort that he quite clearly had put on a diss track towards Quavo. Quavo following this diss track dropping will end up putting this on his IG page. As you guys can see, this is Young Thug looking irritated up in that court. Young Thug recently has had to visit court many times because of a RICO charge that he is currently being faced with. But yeah, y'all, let's go cap out the video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are you guys surprised to see the energy that this man Chris Brown had came with when it came to being direct towards Quavo? Do you guys think that Quavo will end up putting up a response towards this man Chris Brown, or do you guys feel that he may end up falling back because of the energy that Chris Brown had came with? And to cap that off, are you guys taking Chris Brown's word when he says that he had an affair with Saweetie while she was involved with Quavo? Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.